Hey guys, David the Fishing Pastor here, and this is the Kastking Speed Demon Baitcaster Reel. Okay guys, so I am really excited to announce that I'm going to be partnering with the Kastking company. They recently got a hold of me and asked me if I'd like to partner with them and test out and review some of their products, and I of course said yes to that. Although I don't own anything by Kastking, or I didn't before this, I had heard about them and I was really intrigued about it because I saw that they made some really good looking products at really great prices, and I had seen some other YouTubers who had partnered with them, so I was really intrigued by it. And so they sent over the Speed Demon bait casting reel, and then Kastking also sent over some super power braided line. This is in 65-pound test in low vis grade, and it's abrasion resistant. So man, I'm really excited to use this. This is a great looking reel, and again, it's not going to break the bank. I'm actually in a second going to get out on the water in my kayak and just throw around the frog, and probably going to be flipping into some reeds and anything that I can find, just to kind of really test it out and see if it holds up, and then also to see if such a fast reel is worth it and is necessary and is useful, to be honest, because you kind of think to yourself, like, do you really need a reel that fast? And I know just with my 7-gear ratio reels, it does help for sure to get that lure back in whatever I'm tossing, make more casts, do things like that. And so I'm really excited about testing this out. So I'm gonna get out there and just see how it works out. So again, this is a Speed Demon Baitcaster Reel by Kastking, and then a super power braided line, and I will leave the link in the description below so that you can go and check these out for yourself. So let's get out there, test it out, and see how it goes. Okay guys, so I came out here to test out the Kastking Speed Demon reel, and just my initial impressions, it's a great reel. It feels incredibly solid. I rigged it up as a flipping setup today because I really wanted to test it out. I wanted to see how it would hold up, and I've been flipping it into some nasty, heavy stuff. There's reeds, there's mats, there's wood, there's lily pads. I mean, anything you want, it's there, and it's just real thick, heavy stuff. I rigged it up with a 1 ounce weight. It's a Texas rig, but I put a 1 ounce weight to be able to get down there, but also to test it out and see how it would hold up to a heavy weight. I paired it up with a 7'4" heavy fast action rod, and then I also, like I said, spooled it up with the Kastking super braided line, 65-pound test, low vis gray, and it has held up so well. Again, flipping into that really nasty stuff, and I haven't had any problems. I've even gotten hung up in some really thick stuff, and of course the rod always helps, but even without the rod, just reeling back in and being able to get my lure unstuck just that way. And this line has just been kind of cutting through the stuff, which is really great. It's not getting all gunked up with all of that. It's coming through really fantastic. There's no it's abrasion resistant, so it's not all frayed up. And man, it's just been so it's done a really fantastic job. I can't speak for long term because again, this is the first time I'm using it, but definitely just my initial impressions of using it, it's a solid reel. The drag, the handle, the brakes, everything is really, really solid. The one thing I will say, and this is not a complaint by any means, it's just an observation, is that if you're not comfortable with bait casting reels and you don't have a lot of them, you're not very familiar with them, I would not start out with this reel particularly. Let me put it this way: if it were a car and there's, you know, automatic and manual transmissions, I would say this is a manual transmission, which again is not a bad thing. It gives you the ability to, I feel, do more with it, but it just has a lot of power behind it. Again, the 9:3 to 1 gear ratio, it has a lot of drag on it, and it's just a really powerful reel, quite honestly, and I wouldn't start out with it. But if you're more of an advanced angler, you know, you use bait casters, you're familiar with them, there is no reason no reason whatsoever why you should not go and pick one of these up. Super fast gear ratio, feels really solid. It actually feels more solid than other reels that I have that retail for double the price of this reel. And again, I'm going to leave the link in the description below where you can go get this reel, and when you see the price, it's going to blow your mind. And you're going to probably think to yourself, like, what's wrong with it? Where did they cut corners? As far as I can see, they didn't. Again, it's super sturdy. The brakes are great, the handle's great, the drag is great. I can't see anything wrong with it, and I have been beating it up. I mean, I've gotten snagged and I'm like pulling on it and it has held up, and that's that I didn't even have the drag all the way up, and it's still wrenching everything out of there. So my initial impression, it's a fantastic reel, and again, there's no reason why you shouldn't have one. I'm going to be using this reel, I'm telling you, with this line. It's a great reel. This is going to be my flipping setup, probably a frogging setup as well, because I know it's going to be able to handle that thick stuff. So that's the Kastking Speed Demon reel, and it's fantastic. So really go out and get one. There's no reason, it's not going to break the bank, and I'm sure you're going to be very, very satisfied with it. If you like the hat and you want to support my channel, then let me know in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up, and I may just start making them.